Hello guys, welcome to Ramsa AI's, the part 4 of percentages. Read the first problem here. In adult population of a city, 40% men and 30% women are married. What is the percentage of married adult population if no man marries more than one woman and no woman marries more than one man, and there are no widows and widowers? Guys, do one thing before every problem I start. Okay, you just pause the video and read the entire question, understand, and then resume. Okay, here in this village, in this city, 40% of men married 30% of women. See here, we don't know how many men are there in that city. We don't know how many women are there in that city. So just assume there are total M men and W women in that village. Okay, so total M men we have and W women we have. In that, 40% men are married. So you know how to write 40% of a number. So 40% is nothing but 40%. We can write it as 0.4 directly. So 0.4 of men married and 30% of women are married. So we can write it as 0.3 of women. Now here, there is no man married more than one woman. Similarly, there is no woman married more than one man, and there is no widowers and widows. So indirectly, these 40% of men married the 30% of women. Yes or no? So indirectly, 40% of men equal to 30% of women. So I'll make them equal here. So 30% of women equal to 40% of men. Then tell me what is the ratio of men and women here. It will be 0.3 by 0.4, which we can write as 3:4. So for every 3 men, there are 4 women. So here I'll consider some multiples of 3 as men, multiples of 4 as women. Why can't I take 300 and 400? So just it's my assumption, it's completely my assumption. There are total 300 men and 400 women in that village. 400 women. So total we have 700 people in that village. Now 300 men, 400 women. Out of them, how many are married? We need to find out, because what is our target here? We need to find out what is the total percentage of the married adult population. So if I know how many of these 700 people are married, then I can divide them with 700 multiplying with 100 to get the answer. Okay, no worries. Total I'll sum it. Men equal to 300 and women equal to 400, and total I have 700 people, right? Good. Now how many men are married? 40% of 300. Tell me what is 40% of 300. I can write it as 0.4 of 300. So 120 men are married. Obviously 40%, 30% of 400 also must be 120 only. So 120 males and 120 females married each other. So total how many people are married in that city? 240 people. Out of 240, 120 are male, 120 are female, right? So out of 700 people, 240 people are married adults. So what is the percentage? 240 by 700 into 100. So tell me what is the value? That will be the answer. 2 zeros cancelled. 240 by 7. Can I write it here? Remainder is 2. So I can write it as 34 2 by 7. Remainder 2 numerator and the 7 in the denominator. So 34 2 by 7% people are married in that city. So can you find 34 2 by 7 in the options? Yes, option C is answer for this question. So next question in this video. Anita's mathematics test had 70 problems carrying equal marks, that is 10 arithmetic, 30 algebra, 30 geometry. Although she answered 70% of arithmetic, 40% of algebra, 60% of geometry problems correctly, she did not pass the test because she got less than 60% marks. The number of more questions she would have to answer correctly to earn that 60% passing mark is dash. So here she wrote one examination and 60% is the cutoff for that. Now 60% is the pass mark. But unfortunately, even she attempted 10 questions from arithmetic, 70% from arithmetic, 40% from algebra and 60% from geometry, she could not get that 60% of mark. Total how many questions she has in her examination? 70. And 60% is cutoff mark. So I'll find what is the cutoff mark, cutoff or pass mark we can call. Okay, I'll write pass mark. Pass mark equal to 60% of 70. What is 60% of 70? I can write it as 0.6 into 70. No? See, if you don't know how to write this 60% as 0.6, watch our basics first video. There you'll get clear idea. Okay. Now, how much it is? 42. So she should get total 42 marks. But here what we need to find out, how many more questions she should answer correctly. How many more questions she would have to answer correctly. So I'll do one thing. I'll find how many marks she got so that I can find the shortage mark, right? Chalo, 70% of arithmetic, where we have 10 questions in arithmetic. What is 70% of 10? This is 7. So she got 7 marks in arithmetic. So I'll write here in arithmetic she got 7 marks. And next, 40% of marks in algebra. Algebra total 30 questions she has and she got only 40%. So what is 40% of 30? 12 marks. No, 12 questions she answered correctly in algebra, right? Yes, algebra. Next, finally, she answered 60% of questions of geometry, and total geometry we have 30 questions now. So what is 30% of 60? So 30% of 60 is 18. So she got 18 marks in geometry. No, this is not exact marks. She answered 18 questions correctly. So total how many questions she answered correctly? 18 plus 12 plus 7 will be 37. See, cutoff mark is 42 and she got only 37. So how many marks she is in lag? So we get the lag mark by subtracting 37 from 42 and this is equal to 5. So she must answer 5 more problems to get the cutoff. So option B, 5 is right answer. So next question. Candidates in a competitive examination consist of 60% men and 40% women. 70% men and 75% women cleared the qualifying test and enters the final test where 80% men and 70% women were successful. So here what we need to find out, which of the following statement is correct? Here the comparison is what is success rate of women and men and their comparison. So generally whatever the competitive test is, we have to clear the preliminary and then mains, right? Here total 40% of women and 60% of men attempted the test and few of them cleared prelims and then few cleared mains. So here we will compare them, but all the values were given in percentage. Now to make calculations simple, I'll consider some number for men and some number for women. And why can't I take the total as 100? Because percent per 100, and if I consider the total number of people as 100, calculations will be very easy. So let me consider the total number of people attended for that competitive examination is 100. Out of 100, okay, 60% are men. So I'll consider men as 60%, means 60% of 100 is obviously 60. And women, remaining 40%, 40% of 100 is nothing but 40. So 60 men, 40 women attended for the test. Then what happened? Only 70% of men and 75% of women cleared the qualifying test. Qualifying test is nothing but prelims here, okay? So in prelims, 70% men cleared the test. Okay, 70% of 60, how much? 0.7 of 60. So 42 people only cleared, 42 men only cleared the prelims. How many women cleared? 75%. We can write 75% as 3 by 4. 3 by 4 of 40. How much it is? 30. So 30 women and 42 men cleared the prelims here. Next, what happened? So 42 and 30 people promoted to mains, and in mains, what happened? 80% men and 70% women cleared the mains. So what is 80% of 42? I can write it as 0.8 of 42. How much it is? 33.6. Of course, nowhere we can find 33.6 men, but of course you can make it as 34. Why not? Near to 34. So 34 men cleared the prelims, the mains, sorry. Here 33.6. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll go with 33.6 only because I considered 100 boss. What if I consider 500? So into 5 may gives you a perfect number. Yes or no? Just imagine if I consider 500 people, then it will be into 5. May not be into 5. Here if you do all the calculations, you may get a number which is a round figure. So I'll do one thing. I'll go with 33.6 only. I'll not consider 34. Okay, because this 100 is my assumption. Now, how many women qualified the mains exams? Only 70%. What is 70% of 30? 0.7 of 30 equal to 21 female. So ultimately, I can give you a conclusion. In the test, 33.6% of men and 21% of women cleared the mains examination. Then let me go with the options. Success rate is higher for women. You see, was success rate is high for men, 33.6. So eliminate option A. If you eliminate option A, can you find option D? Both A and B are correct. How A will be correct in option D? So eliminate option D as well. So answer can be either B or C. Now overall success rate is below 50%. But if you look at the overall percentage, it is 33.6 and 21, which is 54.6%, right? But here it was mentioned the overall success rate is below 50%, below 50%. No, it is above 50%. In fact, it is 54.6. So eliminate option B as well. The only remaining option is option C, and that must be the answer. Let me cross check. The more men cleared the examination than women. Yes, of course, 33.6% of men, where total men are 60% of the population. So obviously 33.6% of 60 is obviously it will be higher than 21% of 40. So yes, option C is right. Hope it is clear for you. If not, please go back and watch the video again. So next question in this video. In a city, 12% of households earn less than 30,000 per year. 6% households earn more than 2 lakh per year, 22% households earn more than 1 lakh per year, and 990 households earn between 30,000 and 1 lakh per year. Then, how many households earn between 1 lakh and 2 lakh per year? So, you do one thing, draw a diagram for this question. There you will get clear idea what they give and what we need to find out. Okay, let me draw a diagram for the given data. Okay, in a city, 12% households earn 30,000, less than 30,000. So, less than 30,000. So, okay, this is 30K. How many people earn less than 30,000? Only 12%. Next, 6% earn more than 2 lakh and 22 more than 1 lakh. I'll do one thing, I'll draw a line for 1 lakh. And more than this, how many people? 22%. But out of these 22%, okay, out of these 22, 6% people earn more than 2 lakh. So now tell me how much percentage of people will earn between 1 lakh and 2 lakh? 1 lakh and 2 lakh. This is 22%. So out of 22%, 6% earn more than 2 lakh means the between one should be 22 minus 6, 16%. So 16% people will earn between 1 lakh and 2 lakh, right? Next, and you see the above one is 22%, the below one is 12%. So above is 22%, below is 12%. So this middle one should be how much? The middle one should be how much? Out of 100, subtract 22 plus 12. How much it is? This is 34. So subtract 34 from 100. Then 66% people should be between 30,000 and 1 lakh. But can you observe one thing from the question? From the question it was clearly given that 990 households earn between 30,000 and 1 lakh. So indirectly 66% equal to 990. So this is equal to 990. So what is my question? What is the question I have to solve here? How many households earn between 1 lakh to 2 lakh per year? So indirectly we need to find out what is the value of 16% here. Very simple. 5 chocolates cost 10 rupees. Then each chocolate cost. Do cross multiplication, you will get the answer. Here also the same. 66% equal to 990. Then 16% equal to how much? Do cross multiplication, you will get the answer. So after doing cross multiplication, 990 into 16 by 66. 33 twos, 33 30s. So 2 8s. So ultimately your answer must be 30 into 8. How much it is? 8 3s are 24. 0. 240. Can you find 240 in options? Yes. Option B, 240 is the answer. So very simple. The final step, 30 into 8 will be your answer. 30 into 8 is 240, which is in option B. So just take a screenshot of this. If you want to, you can analyze it later. Okay. See, this diagram is very important. This is 16%. How you are getting 16? Subtract 6, which is above 2 lakh, from 22%, which is more than 1 lakh. Okay. The between percentage of 30k and 1 lakh is 66%, and it is equal to 990. So equate them, analyze, you will get the answer. Okay. Next one. Just pause the video, read the question once. The total emoluments of 2 persons are the same, but one gets allowances to the extent of 65% of his basic pay, and the other gets allowances to the extent of 80% on his basic pay. The ratio of the basic pays of the former to the basic pay of the latter is dash. So here we have two people whose ultimate take home is same, but their basic pays are different. And see, when basic pays are different, how can be the take home will be equal? No, because their allowances are different. Here just consider the former, means the first person as X, who is getting 65% allowance. Okay, and the latter is Y, who is getting an allowance of 80%. See, basic pays of X and Y are X and Y only. Then normally tell me how you will calculate the take home salary. Very simple. Take home salary is take home, or we can write equal to basic pay plus allowance. Right? Here he is getting, X is getting 65% allowance, no? 65% of basic pay. So basic pay is X plus 65% of X. So together it is 1.65 of X. Similarly, if you consider the second person, he is getting 80%, no? Y. Right? But these two ultimate emoluments will be equal. So you can equate them. 1.65 of X equal to 1.8 of Y. Now what you will get when you have two unknowns with single equation? Can you find ultimate answer? No, but you can find the relation between them. You can find their ratio, and of course here we need to find out the same. So find out the basic pays ratio of X and Y. This is what we need to find out. This is equal to 1.8 by 1.65. Can I write it as 180 by 165? Yes, of course. And it is very clear these two are multiples of 15, right? 15 12s, 15 11s. So their basic pairs are in the ratio 12:11, which you can find in option D. That is very simple. And one more thing here. In examination, you need not to write all these things here. When you know he is getting 11s of 65%, directly you can write his take home salary as 1.65 of his basics. If you want to know how to write this value directly or this value directly, please go back to the basics, you watch the second video and then come back here. Okay, chalo, next one. A garden increased the area of his rectangular garden by increasing its length by 40% and decreasing its width by 20%. Then the area of new garden will be dash. So here we need to find out the area of new garden with the area of old garden, right? And one more thing, again I am telling you, even to solve this problem, you have to go back to video 2 of basics and understand the concept there. Come back here, otherwise you cannot understand how I am going to solve. Okay, even if you don't watch, I'll tell you how to solve this problem by taking some values. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll explain you how to solve this problem by using the concept where you will take hardly 10 seconds. That's it. Okay, let me solve this problem in traditional way by taking some values. Okay, just imagine this is the original garden which has a length of 100 centimeters or 100 units and width of 50 units. So its area will be how much? Area of a rectangle is product of length and breadth. 100 into 50, 5000 is area of this initial, the first garden. Okay, original garden we can see. Now what he did, he increased the length by 40%. Okay, tell me what is 40% of 100? What is 40% of 100? That is 40. So he increased by 40 units. So this is the new one. 100 plus 40, he increased to 140. But width he decreased by 20%. What is 20% of 50? 20% of 50 is 10. So he decreased by 10 units and he made it as 40 centimeters or 40 units only. Now, what is area of the final garden? The second garden, the new garden we can call. So 140 into 40. So how much it will be? 5600 units. Initially it was 5000 units, but now it is 5600 units. So how much area increased? The area is increased by 600 units, but before we need to compare with the previous one, no? The original garden, the first garden. So compare with the original one, 5000 into 100. So I'll do one thing, I'll cancel the 2 zeros here and the 2 zeros here. 52s are 100. So 6 into 2, 12%. So the new garden's area is increased by 12%. So can you find the same in option B? Yes, option B is the answer, guys. It may take maybe 2 to 3 minutes. But if you know the concept, when increasing and decreasing of a percentage happens, how to deal the situation. Chalo, let me solve the same problem in more simple way. This is the original garden, length and breadth, area is xy. But now the new garden's length is increased by 40%, so I can write it as 1.4 of x, and width is decreased by 20%. When it is decreased, we have to write 0. How much? 20%. Huh? So subtract 20 from 100, it will be 80x. 80y, sorry, not x. So now length into breadth, 14 8s are how much? 14 8s are here, it is not 14 exactly, 1.4 into 0.8, it will be 1.12y, sorry, xy, x into y. So if you compare first garden and new garden. No, initial original garden and the final garden, new garden. How much it increased? No, if you see the number 1 before point, it means it is increased. How much increased? 12% increased. So you will go with option B. Don't worry, if you don't understand this solution, go back to the second video, watch it, get clear idea, come back, you will understand and you will solve in hardly 10 seconds. So next question in this video. A and B are two heavy steel blocks. If B is placed on the top of A, the width increases by 60%. How much weight will be reduced with respect to the total weight of A and B if B is removed from the top of A? Hey, wait. He put second rod, rod B, and width is increased by 60%. When he removed, the same percent should be decreased, no? Right, 60%. So answer is option A. Very good. If you put option A, then it will be wrong, because I clearly told you in the previous videos as well. The distance between A and B will not be the same as distance between B and A in percentages. Okay, so distance between A and B and A will not be same in percentage. Then how to solve these? Now, I already explained this concept in introduction video. Please go there, watch it, come back. Very simple solution. Very simple solution here. See, initially there was only steel block A, but then we added B as well. As a result, the weight is increased by 60%, right? So the weight is increased by 60%. Remember, this is not 60 kgs or not 60 grams, okay? This is increased by 60%. Now, let me increase by 60%. Just imagine if you consider A equal to 100, okay? 60% of 100 is 60 only. So initially A weight was, steel block A, its weight was 100 units or 100 kgs, you can consider, anything is okay. When we add B, it increased by 60 kgs and now it becomes 160 kgs. Now what they are asking, how much weight it will be reduced when we remove that block B, right? When we remove that block B, see, one thing is very clear here. The 60 kgs increased only because of B. So everybody can understand the block B's weight is 60 kgs. Now, if I remove block B, again A alone will be there and the weight will be reduced by 60 kgs as I am removing block B. So in reverse also, how much weight it reduces? 60 kgs, but you see percentage will not be 60% again, because this time we are comparing this 60 kgs with 160 but not with 100. So very simple, compare how much percentage is 60 in 160. In 160, percentage means into 100. So tell me 1010 gets cancelled here, okay? 2 3s, 2 8s. Now 3 into 100 is 300 by 8. I'll do calculation here. 300 by 8. 24, 56, 4 is the remainder. So 4 by 8 gives you 1 by 2, obviously 0.5. So 37.5 will be the answer. So I can write it as 37.5% decreased. 37.5% decreased. Can you find 37.5 in options? Yes, option D. So option D is the answer. So with that, we finished part 4 of percentage. For more videos, you can continue the series.